Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Carla Burrola and today I'm gonna do a review and a quick little tutorial on the Soft Glam palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm so excited for this product. I haven't tried it yet for myself, so I'm really excited to share this with you guys and do a first impressions on this product. And I also did get the new Anastasia AMREZY highlighter, and I'm really excited to open these up and share them with you guys. So let's just get right into the tutorial and see what we come up with. Okay, so first I'm going to start with the palette. This is their usual packaging that they do with their classic palettes. I know that the Modern Renaissance has the same kind of packaging. Also the Subculture has the same, and now this one is their third one that is like the exact same design. So I'm just going to open this up, and this one is just a yellow tone, so it looks like this, and it's the same kind of velvety feel to the palette. It's a light color, so I am expecting my palette to get dirty, you know, the fingerprints with the other makeup that you're using or anything. So you do, I'm pretty sure well, I personally do have to take care of this palette if I want to keep it looking clean and pretty like this. So this is a palette and it comes with this cover. The colors are very wearable colors. Comparing this palette to the previous palettes, the other palettes are more like out there colors and it's very like different than anything, but this is like an everyday palette. I feel like it's very like browns and golden and rosy tones to it, so it's very like a very, I don't want to say simple palette, but it's very usable for anyone really. I just want to play with this and let's try this out and see what we come up with. I just want to say something about these little brushes that the palettes, the Anastasia palettes come with. I actually do love these brushes because they are just really good brushes. I keep all the ones that come with the palette. Other palettes don't really have good brushes in them, but this one I do love. They do the same brush for every single one of their palettes that they come up with, and I do have a couple of them. I have like 4, I believe. I don't know, I have 2 of them right here with me, and I do save these and I use them for 2 options on my face on a daily basis. Actually, I use it to contour my nose like this, and because it has a really nice side and it's small and it's like kind of tight at the end, so it really gives me that precise application, and then the other side helps me to buff that nose contour really well. So I love this brush for that, and also I do love this brush to do my under eye with this one, and then turn it around, same thing, and then buff that in. So just a little tip for you guys. So I'm just going to start and go ahead and start the tutorial. Before we do that though, I do want to open up the highlighter. It comes in this little box, and I'm just going to open that, and it looks like this. It's a very cute packaging. It has little stars all around it, so I'm just going to open it up, and it looks like this. I love, like, I had been seeing and looking at the Instagram pose, and you see how it kind of has like a wavy, like, I don't know, that how it looks like wavy, and I had been thinking it was just like a color or something, but looking at it in person, it's actually like wavy. Like the highlighter is actually wavy, like it has a shape to it, so that's really beautiful. It looks so cool. It looks really pretty. And I love golden highlighters, so I'm really excited for this one. I'm really hoping for it to be very blinding. So let's just hope that this is a really good highlighter. I love Anastasia highlighters, so I'm really excited for this one and to try this out. So I'm gonna leave this for later on. And I'm gonna start with the eye look. So I do have my foundation on. I did a little bit of contouring. I still have to do a little more blending. For now, I'm just going to start the look like this. Okay guys, so we're gonna start this eye look using the orange soda color. It's this one right here, And I'm going to apply this color all over my crease, and just to use this as a transitional shade for the rest of the shades that we're going to put on the eye. So I'm just going to tap my brush. Remember guys, usually the Anastasia palettes are very pigmented, so I recommend with these palettes, even though I never used this palette before, but I know how their shadows are, just literally placing the brush and just lifting it up and going straight to your eye and just blending that out. I'm pretty sure that all of these shadows are going to be very pigmented because I've previously used a lot of their shadows before, and that's usually how their formula is. I believe Orange Soda is one of their colors that they do already have in their collection, in their single collection, so it's very pigmented, and I just don't want you guys to mess up your palette. And I don't know if you guys have seen other reviews from other makeup beauty influencers, but usually these palettes do have fallout, so I don't want you guys to go and mess up your palettes right off the first time that you use it. So right from the start, this shadow is blending very well. Okay, so now that I have everything blended, I'm going to go in with the color. I'm going to use the one that's right at the bottom of this color that we used, and this one is called Burnt Orange, this shade right here. And I'm going to start darkening. I'm going to use the same brush because it's a really similar color, it seems. I'm just going to lightly tap my brush, and I'm going to start right at the edge of that, like in my crease, and then start blending it inwards. Oh, that's a really pretty color actually. I really like that, how those two blend together, and it just helps me give dimension to my eye. Look how pretty that looks. Okay guys, so now that we have those two shades blended well together in our crease, I'm going to get my palette, and I think I'm going to go in with this one right here. It's kind of more of a darker, like orangey red tone. It's called Sienna, and I'm going to keep darkening that outer corner. So I'm going to switch brushes just because it is more darker and it's not as similar as the past shades. And I'm going to do the same thing, but just with a tighter brush so that the product stays more inside the crease. I'm having no trouble at all in blending these shadows, so I really like that. And the colors just go together so well. I do feel like in some of their past eyeshadow palettes, I don't know if you guys have seen my reviews on that, but even though they are some of my favorite shadow palettes in my makeup collection, I have mentioned that I feel like those palettes, you kind of have to know how to work with color to make and come up with a good look, because otherwise I feel like it's very easy to make a mess on your face with those palettes. And I feel like this palette right now, like just using it for the first time, I'm kind of seeing that it's easier to use and to kind of mix the colors that the palette itself has to mix them together. You can mix any color together and it would probably look good. Obviously the placing of the color has a lot to do with it, but it's easier to use. So just throwing that out there for any people that want a palette that is easier to use, and maybe you're a makeup beginner, or maybe you just like more simple tones. I think this is a really good palette to have from what I am seeing right now. I'm going to bring this color in a little bit more. This top color right here, Mulberry, this one in the corner, and I'm going to do the same, but just kind of don't go in too much and focus this right in that crease to really deepen all that. And I'm going to actually make a little V, just like that. That's a really, really pretty color. I'm really enjoying this color because it darkens everything, but it still has that tint to it, and it makes everything look so pretty. And see how these colors all blended together? Kind of reminds me of a sunset. I'm kind of thinking there's a black in there. Maybe I do want to make it just a teeny bit more smoky and darker. I'm not sure yet. So I'm going to use this shade and apply this to the to my eyelid, and I'm just going to get a packing brush. I love using these packing brushes from Morphe, and I'm just going to tap my brush in here, and whoa, that's really, really cool. It was so easy to get some payoff from that. So I'm just going in and tapping that all over my eyelid. I didn't even wet my brush, and like I always tell you guys, I always do one layer with my brush, and then you guys know the drill. I go in with my finger to make it a little more pressed, and then I do one with my brush wet to make it super intense. But this is like a really good payoff, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna wet my brush, if that's needed for me right now. I think I'm just going to go ahead and work with what I'm getting now. So I will be doing a little bit with my finger just to see where I can take this, that same color, just packing it a little more, even more in there. And wow, that's really, really pretty. Imagine even with the wet brush. But I'm not gonna go ahead and do this with the wet brush right now because I am really satisfied with what I'm getting right now. So just going to keep like that. So I do want to add a lighter color on top of this, on top of my crease. And okay, this is my palette, so there's no major fallout. This is what it looks like so far. So I will be doing and using this color next to the one that I just used. So this color is called Rose Pink, and it's kind of, it has a little bit of shimmer to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this right in the center of my eyelid. So I'm just going to tap my brush. I'm using the same brush because I'm placing it in the same place, and just going over that. So that is very pigmented, and it just kind of gives that little bit of halo effect right in the middle of that. The colors are blending so well and so nicely. These shadows are very nice, you guys. I didn't think that I was going to be so in love with this palette. I personally love more out there palettes and ones that make me be totally like out of my comfort zone. But I have to say that I am so in love with this palette so far. The blending is amazing. And I'm going to go in with a lighter shade. I'm going to use this one right here. It's called Fairy. I'm just going to tap my small side of the brush in there and then just apply this in the inner corner. It's so pigmented. Everything is so pigmented, like, and so easy to apply. I feel like it's just like bam. Like I didn't even really tap my brush that hard into it, and it's just like giving me like the best payoff ever. That's really cute. Let's look at that, just how it glows. And I didn't even wet my brush, and I don't think I have to be honest. I'm good with this. Like I'm just good with the payoff that it's giving me. Okay, you guys, so I was applying the color Fairy in my inner corner. It's so pretty, so I'm gonna do the same to my brow bone. Same on the other side. I am actually going to take another brush and I'm going to darken this look a bit more. So let's see, I'm going to use this color right here, this really brown color. It's called Cypress Umber. So I'm just going to lightly tap my brush like this. I'm just going to lightly start building that up, and I just literally like tap my brush like a teeny weeny, just a really tiny bit to that black, because I don't want to make a mess on my face or ruin what I already have. So just very, very lightly going and start building that intensity, just like that, very, very softly. Okay, so lastly I'm going to do my under eye, just on my lower lash line, and I'm going to do with the color Sienna, this kind of brick orangey red one, just using that brush that came with the palette. My brush again, and with the color, the black one, the Noir, just darkening the outer corner. Okay, so I'm going to start finishing this look and then we're gonna move on to the highlighter. So for mascara, I'm going to do the Monsieur Big from Lancome. So I'm just going to coat my lashes with this mascara and then do some falsies on top. And I'm going to use some velour lashes to just pump this look and make it a little more dramatic. So I'm just going to quickly apply my lashes, and these were from Velour. They come in this packaging, this little box, and these are the lie detector lashes. So I'm just going to place my lashes. I'm going to go with the Anastasia Toast, or I can do the Anastasia Sad Girl. I think I'm gonna go with the Toast one. So next I'm gonna go ahead and do a little first impressions of the highlighter. I'm really hoping for it to be very blinding. The way that I apply my highlighters all the time is I do set my face first and all my makeup, and then I do my highlighter on top of that, just so that the highlighter can sit more on the face and it gives me more of a extra glow to my face. But that's just personal. Personally I like my highlighter to look a little bit more wet and just really like out there. So I'm gonna do the same that I do with all the highlighters. So I'm just going to go ahead and set my face, just kind of fan my face so that the setting spray really sets in my face. And this helps me, actually this process also helps to make that setting spray and the makeup last even longer. So once that my face is halfway dry, or that it's kind of, you can feel the setting spray kind of drying in your face, but it's not totally completely dry, that's when you apply, well, that's when I like to apply my highlighter to give it that effect. But I'm just going to go ahead and go like this to the highlighter and just go right in. Whoa, look at that. Wow, you guys, I love it. It's blinding. It's definitely blinding. I love the color of it so far. It's amazing. Just apply it on the other side. I'm just going like this, like couple swipes, like 1, 2, 3, and then on my face. So I'm gonna do a little bit on my chin, a little bit on my cupid's bow, and then I like to do my forehead, just like the tiny bit that's left, and I also do my nose. It definitely gives a little bit of that wet effect to the face, so I really like that because that's my kind of highlighter. So I really do enjoy that. I like it a lot actually. I really like this highlighter as well as the eyeshadows. So yeah, let's see the final thoughts. Okay you guys, so this is the final look that I came up with. I hope you guys like it as much as I like it. I really did enjoy the palette. It's definitely one of my favorites. I didn't think that this palette would come to be one of my favorite palettes just because it seems so simple to me. Just so like the same as, or so basic, to put it in other words. It just felt that it was going to be such a basic palette for me. Yet it is, but you know what? I fell in love with it and I love the look that I came up with. It just kind of gives you that, like, I don't know, basic look, but it just in such a pretty way. And I just love that it's so easy to blend. The shadows were amazing, the pigment was amazing, the payoff was really easy to get, and the shadows blended so well together. Like all the colors just kind of like melted together, and I definitely enjoyed working with this palette so much on my eyes, and it was just a really good experience. The colors itself are very easy to blend ones with the others, so I really love that about it as well. Moving on to the highlighter, definitely blinding and definitely a beautiful tone of golden. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, and thank you for watching and supporting me. Also you guys, if you guys want to get notifications of whenever I post videos, just press the bell so you guys can get notified of when I upload a new video, and so you guys don't miss anything that I post, and so you guys can keep in touch and keep hanging out with me. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you guys in the next one.